panel joining us that I'll be throwing some questions at, and we'll be sharing some information with you. So I'll get John to start the introductions.
Okay, I'm John Bowie, and I'm the Senior Services Director for Genitech. And Genitech is in fact the Filipino partner for JDA Software. So I've had a number of years experience over the whole Asia-Pac region in talking to retailers and wholesalers regarding supply chain. So my background for more years than I want to admit has been in the supply chain side, and we currently are involved with a number of organisations within the Philippine market looking at supply chain activities to improve all the business results.
Good morning. I'm Rosemary Ong. I have 34 years of experience in retailing. I'm with Wilcon. I'm the COO. And currently I'm also very active with the Philippine Retailers Association. I'm a director and a vice president. So basically, I hope I could share with you my experience and my knowledge on retail and information system. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Constantin Robertz. I'm Managing Director at Zalora here in the Philippines, and Zalora is Asia's online fashion destination, so we're all about e-commerce and fashion.
All right, good morning. My name is Amit Bagga. I am the Regional Vice President for JDA Software. So I'm responsible for JDA's business across Asia, which is from Japan to India, China to Australia. And we work very closely with retailers, manufacturers, logistics companies, 3PLs, distribution companies, on helping them connect better with their consumers and drive a digital transformation across their organizations to be able to fulfill the promise profitably.
Okay. So thank you, panelists. So what we'll start with is just a definition. Seem to be having problems with clickers. So what is digital, and what is digital transformation? What does it mean? And it means a whole bunch of different things to people. So we thought we'd just start by giving you a definition of what we see digital to be. And for us, it's really looking at it in terms of the physical and digital assets. And what we mean by physical assets are things such as your stores, your warehouses, and digital assets might be a mobile application, it could be a website. And so it's really about how do we combine those two and redefine and reimagine the way that we actually go to market. We look at how do we actually change that experience for the customer as a result of doing that? How do we give them something new and innovative that's going to make us more competitive as a brand to other competitors in the market? And so that's the basis of where we see digital and how we understand digital. And the way we look at it is not as, I've now got a website, I've now got some RF guns or RFID in my store, therefore I'm digital. It's all about a journey that you go on. And that journey, you know, starts with this reimagining of your business processes, and it looks at how do you continually improve and innovate within your business. So it's not a case of, I've done it once, the project's gone live and it's done. It's a case of, right, I've changed the way that I'm doing my business practice, I'm changing the way that I'm engaging with my customer, I'm getting feedback to see how well that is working for the customers, and are they appreciating that change, you know, and we can measure that. And as a result of that measurement, we can also look at then, how do we continue to improve? How do we continue to engage and change the way that we continue to service that particular customer? And what's very important in doing that is this point here around understanding the customer. So we need to start thinking about it not just as the customer as a whole, but more as how do we personally engage with that individual customer. And Constantin in his presentation this morning actually made a really good point that what we're seeing today is really a throwback to what was happening back in the early days of retail, where you did have that one-on-one connection. Your local neighbourhood store would know you, they would know your family, they would know what you bought, and they could predict and plan and look for things that might appeal to you. In this day and age, where you multiply the consumer by a couple of million, it's much harder to do that. And the way to do that is through technology, it's through looking at real-time automation, being able to use the data that you have from a digital sense to better understand that customer, and then again, as a retailer, better engage with them. And we saw some statistics around the Philippines being the #1 in terms of social media usage, 4 hours a day that people are spending on social media. So we know that there is a platform from which we can glean a lot of information around a particular customer, and that can help that retailer make a better offer to that customer. And then the other aspect of it is just in terms of the speed at which we have to do this. So in terms of having to make decisions, it's quite critical for retailers to be able to respond, almost in real time to what's happening out there in the market. So that's really our definition of what digital means and how we perceive that within the marketplace. So we did a survey earlier this year, and we do this on a yearly basis with JDA and PwC, where we go and quiz 300 odd CEOs globally in a number of different markets across a number of different industries, such as consumer products, such as retailers doing fashion, retailers doing home improvement, grocery. And we asked them a number of questions, and in particular what we're interested in is where are they prioritising their business? And so what we found with those retailers is there is a big focus around what we call digital transformation, and 70+% are seeing that as a priority for their business. But more importantly, what we saw is nearly 50% have already started or are implementing a digital transformation strategy, digital transformation initiatives. The worrying thing is that we've still got people here who haven't really embarked on it or not even thinking about it. And so that leads us then to our kind of first question to the panel is to kind of get a feel for, if this is happening globally, and we definitely see that as being a priority in a number of different markets, are we seeing the same thing in the Philippines? Do we have a sense of retailers understanding this transformation agenda and actually starting to implement or looking at plans on implementing this whole digital transformation? And maybe I'll throw to Rose to maybe share some of your experience here.
Okay, your question is how is it now in the Philippines?
Yeah,
well, with PRA and with our company, basically we know the importance of digital transformation. I just want to share with you what we're doing at Wilcon. So I think since 3 years ago, we are in the crossroad of digital and physical. Meaning that we try to connect with our customers and give them, the best shopping experience, not only through the physical, presentations. Because if you've been to our store, it's a big box wherein you see shop-in-shops, different items presented through planograms, through the base. So it's like a warehouse and a showroom as well. So basically, we have more than 200,000 SKUs, and you can just imagine how are you going to make that path to purchase for the customer easy, So when I say we're in the crossroad of digital, we have salespeople, we call them customer experts, holding tablets with them, wherein we were able to successfully integrate it with our system. So we have visibility on the SKUs, we have visibility on the status of each SKUs in terms of inventories and all this, And at the same time, aside from whatever showcase we have, because we are in the home improvement retail, so we have to make the customer feel and have a sense of how a particular item looks in realistic figure. So we can browse and show them different variations of different designs and all this. And at the same time, we were able also to to improve and polish our website so that people can browse and do research on particular items that they are interested on. No? So basically, it's really more of trying to give that, the shopping experience aside from that sensory of having, of having to touch and feel the items. Visually, they have, a better, better way of looking at things and limitless ways of looking at different modules, different showcases or presentations. So we are in the crossroad, and hopefully we are getting into, because we all know that it's emerging, everybody's going into there, and just like in the presentation of Constantin, he mentioned that 70% of the Filipinos are connected. So we want to be connected with our customers, no? So we are 40 years in the business, and we want to, strengthen not just our physical presence, but basically also our online and digital presence.